Welcome to Coily Crowns. I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode where we will be recapping the latest episode of Married at First Sight. But before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our channel. So, woo, y'all. Okay, Married at First Sight. We're back in Atlanta, right? That was last week's episode. And we left off with a little drama, of course. So we had drama with pretty much all the couples, right? Maybe Clara and Ryan was like the only one that, nope, they had a little drama too. Yeah, so everybody had a little something going on with them. So let's start with Brianna and Vincent, cute and cute, where we left off last week. They had a little tiff, and Vincent was walking out the door. And I was like, what? Vincent, no, don't do that.
I was so disappointed.
Me too. But good thing is he came back. So he said he made it to the parking deck and realized, I'm married now. I can't just be running away. And decided to come back. And they, I guess, talked it out overnight. It's the next morning when we see them and they're kind of just recapping what happened. So I was happy to see that he did not leave and he returned back and that they were able to talk about what was happening. I still don't think they really resolved it, like got to the root of it. And
he was still mad.
Right. So this will still continue to come up, I think, again, with him feeling like she is being rude, disrespectful, belittling him. But it's a start. Again, they just met each other. They got to get used to each other and how they fight. And I think they'll still continue to move and press forward and move forward.
But like she told him, we got another bedroom here. You don't have to go home. And when you say I'm going home, it makes me think, okay, so what is this?
Right.
So she had some valid points with that. And it's going to take a while. They just met each other, 2 weeks ago? So it's like, I got to remember that I'm not a single person anymore and what that actually means, in the grand scheme of things. So
they're all still transitioning into that married life because one day they were single, the next day they were married, and
pick up. So I'm trying to see what I put on there of that. Yeah, I agree. I don't think everything was resolved, and I don't think it will be resolved that easily because I don't think the major issue is Brianna. I think he has some unresolved past issues that he needs to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to be able to communicate with her what the issue is. Because I think he's just saying, I feel this way, but she can't interpret what she's doing in order to make him feel that way without having a full in-depth conversation. So,
right. Okay. So when he met up with his friend to talk about it, I was like, yes, friend. That friend gave him some great advice and was really there to support him and let him know he did wrong. Then walking out,
he was laughing at him. He was just like, "Is that what you was mad?" Okay.
Yes. He was like, "Yeah, I know now that he was able to admit he was embarrassed about with the champagne and everything." But
I think he's embarrassed because I don't think. Well, I could be wrong. Y'all can tell me in the comments. Sometimes I don't think men talk about those kind of feelings. They might be like, my girl cheated on me, or my girl, took my money, or whatever, like major things that I think guys can kind of understand. But having your feelings hurt, I don't see guys opening up with another guy saying, my feelings were hurt by the way how she talked to me. And so I think he's embarrassed to even say something like that to his friend. You know what I mean? Because that's the catalyst of what the argument was about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's healthy to have that kind of relationship with your guy friends. I don't know if that guy was married. I was trying to look at
I was wondering too.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he has that experience like, yo, these little things are going to happen. You're going to have to be able to resolve it or take a breather and just really say, did she do that intentionally? Is she intentionally trying to hurt me? Like break it down and see, what the intention is. And then you're going to have to start kind of letting some things go or just communicate and then move on. You know what I mean? So I just think maybe he was just embarrassed about having to say that to his friend, like, she hurt my feelings. But it's valid. If your feelings are hurt, it's valid. You just gotta kind of not walk away or run away from the problem,
Yes.
And I want to say I like all the friends' advice this episode.
Yes.
Well, except for one. I'm sorry.
Oh, except for one?
We'll
Okay,
get
well, I
there.
guess we'll get there.
But almost every friend, I was like, yes,
Yes, same here.
please. Yeah, so we'll get there.
Okay, so staying with Rihanna and Vincent. So this is also the episode where now that they're back from their honeymoon, they have family and friends to come over for a housewarming. So they see them in their new space. And Vincent's mother came. So she did not make it to the wedding, but she was able to come to the housewarming along with his brother. And then Brianna's sister and mom was there. So it was a very small gathering. And I thought it went very well. I thought it was very cute how they were all able to hang out and talk and answer some of those questions that Brianna came up with and trying to get to know each other. But I think for just it was a good start in where they're going and continuing with their relationship.
Yeah, especially with the language barrier. It looked like his mom don't know. Well, she probably understands some English, but
Right.
maybe doesn't know how to speak it back clearly or as fluently. So I'm sure that was kind of interesting on how that goes. Because everybody else is speaking in English. He had to translate or whatever. So I thought it was cute. I was confused about the game. I was like, what is this game about? I don't understand the rules. I don't
So I think
understand.
she came up with that, and I'm like, maybe this was last minute because it seemed like it started off with like, what is that one game? Two truths and a lie. So like you tell
Right.
one and then it
Was get to know us. I was like, what is that? I don't understand the purpose of the game. But maybe it was multiple games and we just didn't see the cutoff because it's not like they can show us. They were probably playing for an hour or something. They can't show us that whole thing. So I was just like, I'm just going to ignore that piece and just say, oh, this was cute.
Overall, yes, it was cute.
Cute. And then I like how she was cooking and he was in the kitchen with her. They just looked like they were comfortable. And I was just surprised how quickly, well, I don't know how many days this was, but how she was able to get past the walking out piece. Like she looks like she forgave him easily for that piece. And he looked like he was working on forgiving her for how his feelings were hurt. So I like that. It wasn't like this long drawn on, like, I can't believe.
And I think it probably had to do a lot with because he did come back almost right away. It would have been something that he was gone for like 2 hours, 3 hours, like somebody else.
Or overnight,
right. But to go and then just come back and kind of say, maybe I just needed to walk out, get some fresh air, but here I'm back. We're going to discuss it. And then that helps with being able to move on sooner.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Like, if you had a mate, or maybe it's you, do you feel like walking away or kind of taking a breather is something that helps when you're having an argument?
I mean, it depends on the person, right? In that situation, I would not want him to be leaving and walking out. Like, go in the other room, chill. We can then try to address this in the morning or something like that. But I can understand where maybe they're really heated and they're like, I just need some fresh air. Tell me that you need some fresh air. You're going to go for a short walk. But how he left, he was like, I'm gone. I'm going
like, I'm not coming back. Right.
Well, then, yeah, that's going to have me feeling a type of way. So I'm okay if they were to tell me that, okay, I just need some space. Let me go in the room or let me take a quick walk, but not to just like leave without saying anything or tell me you going home. Cause I'm gonna be like, where's home?
Yeah. What about you though? Are you I can't deal with this conversation. I gotta go.
I don't leave. I think what I've done in the past is kind of say, okay, I just need a little time. Let me think about what I want to say. So I say it in the best tone and,
Mhm.
in the right light. But I don't think I need to leave the room or anything like that. Just give me my moment, give me my little space.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
Anything, anything else with Brianna and Vincent?
No, I think that's all I had
Okay,
for them.
cool. Next I think I'm in order of how they came on the show. So next I have Virginia and Eric.
Okay.
Um, so Virginia is in Savannah. So she went to a wedding. So this is like their first little weekend apart. They're not together. And I think Eric had his own activities that he needed to attend to. And while Virginia's gone, he's watching her dog. And so he's out walking the dog and runs into Ryan. They had like a little conversation. I thought it was cute how Ryan was kind of like, yeah, we're dog dads and talking about that. But what had my eyebrows go up was when Eric started talking to him. Was it him? Oh, I might be getting it wrong. But when Eric started talking about how he want her to miss him, like while she's gone, and that's like will be the like almost a true sign of whether this is something that's gonna last or how important the relationship is even to her in judging on how much she misses him. What? Oh, you shaking your head already? Okay, I was gonna say, what were your thoughts on that?
I think it's just I don't know what he wants. I'm confused by him sometimes because it's like I don't know. I just don't think I think he wants to be with someone, but it doesn't have to be Virginia. I think that could be anybody. And he would be like, yeah, this is great. Because as long as he fits into that mold, I think he would probably like anybody, honestly. But this is going to be kind of a head putting situation. I don't know how this is going to work out.
Yeah, it looked like though once well, let me see, am I getting ahead of myself? So he talked to his friend. Is
Mhm.
that the friend? Did that friend give good advice? I thought he gave
Yes,
really good
he
advice to
did.
him. Okay.
He did.
So I was good with that friend. He basically told Eric that um he shouldn't be trying to change her and
Right.
that he shouldn't use his age as kind of like taking advantage of
Yeah,
saying
because
that
I'm sure he talks
he
about it
can.
all the time.
Yes,
That's like it's not a random thing. That makes you like I'm older. I did this before. Like I lived with somebody before. I've been married before. And, shut up,
I get
Eric.
it. Okay, thank you. I
So
know.
what? You did all that before, and you still here. Now what? Apparently but you need to give yourself some advice. Relax. You signed up for this show, so did I. What's the problem?
Exactly.
And I have my note. Where is the cats? Where the cats at? Did they just release
I
them
forgot
to the
about the
wild?
cat.
I hadn't seen not one cat this whole thing. I was just like, where the cats at? Because usually cats be like just jumping on people randomly. I don't like cats. So I was like, where they at?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I didn't. I totally forgot about the cat already. Mm.
Sorry.
Okay. So what else happened? So
Oh, so what I had was first I said he was trying to be her dad because that he just gives me that vibe. Like he always got to show her,
controlling.
tell her something. I also think when she came back from the wedding, she seemed so yeah, she seemed so stressed. She came in the door looking stressed. And so he like had the food and the beers, like, did you have the beers? Whatever. And then she was trying to check in with him, like, how did you feel? He's like, well, did you miss me? And she's like, yeah, I missed you.
Oh, did she? Oh,
Yeah.
so
She
I
was
feel
like,
like
yeah, of course I missed you or something like that. She definitely said she missed her dog. So she's like, okay. But he was just like, so she was like, so that was good for you. He's like, yeah, you just check in with me every couple of hours.
you're going to my next part. Yeah. He was
Every couple of
like,
hours?
every couple hours, I need you to be calling. We talked, we need to talk like that. Her face was like, that's too much.
But she
That
don't
is
be saying it.
it's just
She
yeah.
don't be saying, and this is hard if you're gonna be in a relationship with someone, unless you're willing to change everything about yourself, you gotta speak up. and say, no, I don't want to do that, or this is a problem for me, and why? Because then he's like, oh, great, you're changing for me. I don't have a problem with it. You don't say that you have a
No
problem with
problem,
it.
right?
So we're good.
Yeah.
No.
It showed on her face, but she
Yeah, but
sure
he
did not
don't know how
say
to read the room.
anything. She did not say anything. And
No.
I was like, dude, what? She's gone somewhere every 2 hours. You
At a
need her to be
wedding.
calling?
What?
That's too much.
Like how? I don't even. What are y'all even talking about? What are we checking in? What are we saying? I'm gonna call you maybe in the morning or text you good morning or we'll talk in the morning. Then probably later that night before I'm going out to go party. Hey, yeah, day was great. We're about to go out. How was your day? All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Kiss, kiss. That's it. What else are we talking about? Oh no, I can't do it. I couldn't. I don't think I could be with somebody who needed to talk to me that often. I can't.
Been there, done that. So moving on. So what do we think about when Virginia's guy friends come over for their get together?
Sure. This is the one friend advice that I was like, sir, no. But okay, so let me go back. So she came in looking stressed. I was wondering why she's so stressed. Is she sad to be back home? Whatever. But I didn't realize the party was that night that all her friends are coming over. So that's probably why she was stressed and kind of like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I was like, dang, that's a lot of food for these two people, but it was food for
The
this
household.
party. And so I think that's why she was just nervous. Like, how is this going to go? Like, I think when you have a really good friend, guy or girl, you're not trying to cut them off because you got married. You know what I mean? So I think she was just nervous. Like, if this don't go well, it's going to be a huge problem. And I don't feel like dealing with this problem. So they all come in, they all seem like they're getting along. And then this dude wants to come pull him to the side. And he's like, yeah, I'm just glad we're cool, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want you to be controlling. And I was thinking, what? How are you going to tell this man not to be controlling when I don't even think Virginia has told Eric that he's controlling? So where would that come from? That means Virginia is talking to her guy friend saying that she feels that he's controlling. That would be my radars would be like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, that's very true. Cause yeah, he just came out of the blue. He just met him and to make a comment like that. Like what
It
do
was
you
so
see?
weird. And then Eric was just like, yeah, man, I get it. We're cool, man. We're
Yeah, I thought that
cool.
was so weird. I was like, were you listening to what he said? Like that?
No, he don't know how to read no room. He just in his little bubble where he feels like we had a great conversation. It was all like rainbows and fairy dust. So we're good to go.
No,
Sir,
nope, not at
who are
all.
you to come tell me not to be controlling? Guy or girl? If a girl came up to me and was like, oh, you shouldn't be controlling unless it's her mama or her sister or something. No, who are you? And how y'all talking about that? Because she hasn't told me that.
Said nothing.
So I thought that was strange.
And
And
okay, what about Virginia being the only
oh, the only
woman
girl
there?
there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was the whole thing was weird. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I would have thought at least somebody would have brought a wife, or she would have at least brought one of her female friends. But she just had the two guy friends who she used to crash in their couch, just bringing them over.
Yeah, it just seemed kind of like a setup though. The whole side conversation seemed like a setup.
Oh
The
yeah,
whole
especially
yeah, who are you gonna invite seemed like a setup. So I don't know.
it's a TV show. We know.
Where are the cats?
Lori's worried about the cats.
Can we title this episode where
Oh gosh. Oh, okay. I'm gonna save our, you know, our problem couple for the end. So skipping to Haley and Jacob.
oh yeah.
I don't really have much. Honestly, I don't really have nothing written for them or Claire and Ryan. So
You know, was it? So last episode, I forgot to mention when Jacob was going through Haley's closet and pulled out this little sunflower dress and was like, "Man, this is like a Karen outfit." I was like, "Jacob,
You call her a Karen.
what do you know about that?" And Haley was like, "What? What are you trying to say?" He's like, "Isn't this like a?" And he kept going. He don't know how to read the room either. He just be going and like don't notice what's going on. And he said something this week when the friends were over that I was just like, "What does he watch?" I'm like, "What does he?" Because he didn't seem like he had black friends in his circle. So what is he watching that he would know some of these things? It was very strange.
Oh, I'm trying to think what this week. Oh,
Yes, I hate how I don't be writing stuff down.
while you're writing, you'll miss something.
No, that's the problem. I want to be in it. But he said something at the party with the friends, and I can't remember what he said. I was like, Jacob. So I'll try to remember and say it next week.
Okay.
But they start with, having they had a drink together, like a beer together.
Yeah. At some point, yes, they did.
That's what I remember. I remember them sitting down. I think that might have been after the party.
I think that was she was getting ready to go to Clara and Ryan to go as Clara's friend, and she got the beer and they kind of talked a little bit. I think that's the scene.
But I liked the conversation. I just don't feel the vibes. I'm not feeling.
I still don't think they're gonna make it.
Nothing. I'm not feeling. I like the questions. They're really trying to get to know each other, but I don't. Oh, and I don't think so. She went to go see her friend and get advice. That was a shocker because I thought that lady was gonna be a mess.
Yeah, I ain't care for her.
But she gave good advice.
She did.
So I was surprised. So they were talking, and she was just like, "You can't just give up. You got married. You went through this whole process. Don't do stuff where you're gonna be like, I regret not even trying.
Not giving it my all, yeah."
So that was good advice. And she was like, "Yeah, he called me this. So you see, she ain't over it. He accused me of having a boyfriend. He said I was aggressive or something. I don't know." And the friend was just like, "But how did you, like, what is your part?" And it's like she was just breaking it down like, "Girl, come on. You've been single 15,000 years.
That's that married friend that gave you the
right. Don't you want to still be married?" Relax. Oh, that he's obsessed with the 80s, blah blah blah. I'm like,
yeah, okay. She was like, "So you're telling me he's a bad dresser?" Like, that could be fixed. Like, that's not the major. That could be
that's
fixed.
the problem. And he was, when they talked, he was trying to find interest, like, do you like boating? Do you like this? I just don't think she likes him. Because she was like, "Yeah, I had my boater's license, blah, blah, blah." But they weren't like, "Let's do that. We should do that together." I didn't see that. Let's continue. Let's go try to have fun together. It was just like a meh. Yeah, that's how I felt. I was just like, oh, man.
Yeah, I'm still not feeling it with them. So next up, Clara and Ryan. Like I said, I don't have nothing really written.
So let's talk a little bit about the little outings that they did too. So the guys went out together to a restaurant. The girls went out together to a restaurant. The guys went to Agave. Love that restaurant in Atlanta.
I was going to ask you, looking at the show, the different places they went to, did you recognize any of the places? Did you see any places you've been to? So that restaurant you been to? No,
I don't know where the girls went. I didn't see a logo, or maybe I missed it. But the guys were at this restaurant called Agave. And so they were just talking about being old men and how their wives are so much fun and they drink a lot. And how, they're trying to keep up or whatever. And I don't remember anybody mentioning Chris. Nobody even said, "Where is Chris?"
Nobody said nothing about,
is he coming? Has anybody talked to him? Like, zero.
I don't care for him.
Zero.
Don't care for him.
But I'm surprised, like, not even if you don't want him there, like, just, something.
Just mention it.
Like, is there an empty chair? Nothing. It was just zero. So that's all I have for the guys. Did you have anything else that maybe I missed?
I had nothing.
Okay.
I mean, the only comment that I remember was what you said. Like one of them was like, "Yeah, our wives are drinkers," basically saying who we married, we like the two that drink. That was Jacob making a comment to Eric. So of course we know.
Yeah, because they were trying to catch up, and even Ryan kind of was in that too. Like he's like, yeah, I don't really drink as much as she does, and Jacob, I guess that's him trying to catch up. I saw where Haley was like, so you don't want to have a drink, you're gonna make me drink alone, which I always think that's a weird comment. Like, do you have to drink because somebody else is drinking? Like, I can drink by myself. If I feel like having a wine cooler or some cocktail, I can drink by myself.
Yeah, I don't need nobody to do it with
I
you.
don't understand why the other person has to drink with you. He's like, okay, I guess I'll have a beer.
So while we're on that part, so at Virginia and Eric's housewarming, do you remember when Virginia was talking about like when she go out with her friends and they've been like, oh, we're gonna just limit to like 3 shots, like, and she was just like, oh, well, if they don't drink, then I just take theirs and I double up. And I'm like, girl, that's when you're supposed to learn. That might be them trying to help you out and say, let's limit to 3. But you're like, no, I'm gonna just double that and take the ones you're supposed to take. Your face. Again, girl.
Too much.
Fine.
I mean, she's having fun. I don't understand where the marriage part comes in. I just think you would assume that if you're crashing on somebody's couch, that's not a place for a married woman, friend or no friend. Let's just take the guy girl thing off of it. If you were crashing at your girlfriend's house 2 or 3 days out of the week and you're married, that might be a problem. I don't know why somebody has to tell you that.
Yeah.
That's like a weird concept. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just staying over Stacy's house tonight and tomorrow and the next day because I can't drive because I'm inebriated.
She was preparing for the next night. She's getting her rest to do it all over again because that's basically all she does.
So yeah, the girls get together. I don't know where they're at.
I saw something with pork chop. Something pork chop.
Pork chop?
Okay, I thought I remember seeing at the
I don't know nothing called pork chops. So I've been gone a while, so maybe it's a new restaurant. So anyhow, so what's her name? Virginia's not there because she's at the wedding at this time. They mention her. Where's Virginia? Oh, she's in Savannah. More drinks for us. Cheers. So they're talking and
they mentioned Paige and said they didn't think Paige was coming. They did mention Paige too.
Yes, they did. But they were just, chopping it up, talking about different things. This is the portion of the show that I do like, that they are able to kind of meet up and talk about, we're going through this, how's it going with you, blah, blah, blah. I do like that. And, connecting with other people that's going through your scenario. I like that. And so something I thought that was interesting was Clara bringing up the fact that she want to hunch this boy so bad, and he's just not giving up the boxers. I don't know.
I want to say what you gonna say. Oh no, he's like clink clink. You're my wife, but I ain't ready to give it up just yet. Because she even mentioned it took them a couple of days before they started kissing. I'm like, well, dang, he real slow at this.
I don't understand what's happening, but we'll talk about it when we talk just about them. But I think that was the most interesting piece that I got from that outing. I don't know if you remember anything else.
Nope, I have. My 2 comments are, Haley said she calls Jacob Jake. And I said, okay, that's like getting familiar, right? You start using little nicknames.
No.
And then she said she likes him. She did say, I like him. But it was like, yeah, it seemed like it was more like that.
I just don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. This will be so you know how you have like a shocker couple? This will be my shocker couple if this goes past decision day and they actually create a life together. I'll be like, wow, I was really wrong.
Same here.
Like, really wrong. So
same here.
Right.
And then my second comment was what we just talked about with Clara and Millie.
Oh yeah,
they hadn't had sex. So okay, so now transitioning to her and Ryan.
Yeah,
I have
He's so
nothing.
serious.
He
He's so
is.
like, like this little grandpa. Like if Eric is a daddy, he's a little grandpa. He's just like, oh, I got
He is. He is. He had his little schedule, right? He already made it known.
he
I
go to
wake
sleep at
up.
a third time.
Yeah, and I'm in bed by
Dinner's at
9 o'clock.
6.
I'm ready to do it all over again.
Got to get up at 5:30 in the morning. Just like he
Same
just
meal
like
every day. He is. He's, and I think that, again, this is probably where the experts were like, okay, Clara has a little more
spunk.
yes, great word. And this will help with bringing that out of him so they can complement each other, because he needs something. I mean, obviously, and I'm quite sure I would be very surprised if he didn't mention that in his like interview of like having that very like structured life and needing someone to kind of help him get out of that. And that
Right.
she comes along.
I can see that. I can't tell if he really likes her or if he's just really slow. I can't tell if he's like he has some reservations, or is this just how he handles a relationship? Because I'm not feeling the like, even when he talks about her, I'm not feeling that he likes her like that. I don't really see them touching like that. I don't know. I'm not feeling the vibes here either.
Yeah, that is kind of hard to tell. My opinion, I think he does like her. I think he really is just slow in this. But listen, sister girl is frustrated. She's like, she
That's what I
wants
put
some.
too.
She's like, I need some. And she's trying to give him his time to get there. But I think definitely within the next week or two, she's gonna probably blow and be like, listen here.
So yeah, I was trying to figure out how long has it been. So I was asking my husband, I was like, how long, what day is it? And he was like, it's day like 17.
Oh yeah, I was about to say 16 is
16
what
or
I remember
17.
seeing going across. 16 or 7.
And so when they were at the party, the little gathering, I thought it was cute that Haley and Brianna, Haley and Brianna came by just to say hi with Brianna. I was like, what, you came in just for a free drink and you got out of here?
Because it was quick.
So yeah, so she came by, and then she Clara was telling her friends, I haven't even seen my husband with his shirt off. And I was like, how? Sway? How can you be with someone 17 days
and not without a shirt on?
Didn't you go to the pool with him? Like nothing. Like I can't even imagine. Like that means you don't take no showers. Y'all don't ever be in the bathroom at the same time. That means y'all don't get undressed. Like when you get ready for bed, you go lock in the bathroom to change and then come back out, and you don't brush your teeth together. Like I'm like, how is that possible? That you have not seen him with his shirt off?
Yeah, I was wondering if she was just over exaggerating a little bit.
He was right there. He
I
didn't
know,
say,
and nobody didn't say nothing. So I was like, oh, I guess this probably is the truth, huh?
I can't see how she says that, and then he's just like, we see each other, like maybe we're not hunching, but come on now, nothing. It was just like, and you ain't gonna get none of this until I'm ready.
Listen, so she's seen his bottom half, but she haven't seen his top half.
I don't even know about that no more. Maybe when she says physical, it's over the clothes or something. I don't know. It's very, I can't even fathom how this would go down. This physical thing, I can't. What physical? How? Where? I don't understand. Y'all put lotion on each other, like nothing. They need Dr. Viviana as a sex expert with the little bowl or whatever. How they
I'll say the diet.
They need something. Here, squeeze some stuff and lick it off. Add something.
They're gonna need some help. Ryan's gonna need some help. No, not necessarily Clara. Ryan's
ready.
Help. Yeah.
She ready. But no, he is just like, don't touch me. He got the chastity belt on. I'm just like, oh my God. I was just trying to think of what scenario where you not see him in 17 days of you live together every day. You've been together. Can't see it.
Me either.
There's so many different ways. Even if he's not a person that walk around with his shirt off. I mean, just never. Like you in the shower, you don't come in here. Come in. You don't see my nipples. Don't. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully that'll be changing soon. At least you'll get to see him without his shirt. That'll be step one. Maybe they'll get there.
Yeah, I mean something.
Oh man. Okay. So the last couple, Paige and Chris.
Is that a couple?
I mean, the last pair. I don't know what to call them.
The last pair.
They're not divorced yet, so we're gonna call them the couple still. At least I will.
This hot mess.
So my very first comment is, why is he meeting with these pastors?
Oh, so is the other dude a pastor too?
Yeah.
Mikhail?
Mm-hmm.
He is? What churches they got?
I'm sure that he said he's meeting with pastors, the White and what was the name you just said? Yeah.
Oh, Mikhail.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard him say.
His name is Michael.
I could be wrong. No, let us know.
Mikhail.
Let us know. Maybe I misunderstood, but I thought I heard him say pastor so-and-so and pastor so-and-so.
Oh, so you didn't like this meeting?
No,
I found enjoyment in this meeting.
Oh, I did, but it was just my first thought when it came. I was just like, why is he meeting with them? Like, and then for the first comment to be, oh, they having twins. Really? Like the pastor Mikhail or whatever made that comment. I guess it had to do with the whole honeymoon baby thing, because here we are 14 days. But yeah, girl, it was very entertaining to see the pastors basically go after him. Like, dude.
So what did you think? Because when I watched it and they were all excited, and then basically the first thing he says, so yeah, we're getting a divorce, or I asked Paige for a divorce, and how the pastors looked at each other. I thought that was super genuine. I think they really did not know what this man did to this girl. It wasn't like Pastor Cal, who was like, oh, what? No, Paige. Oh my gosh. These pastors look like, dude, we just talked about this. You just said this. We just came back. Like, what?
Like, you just got married 2 weeks ago. Yes.
And so when he was just explaining, I want to be there, blah, blah, blah. This is my thing with Chris. Chris is one of those people, I guess he's like an interview person, an interview candidate. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. You want to hear. And I know he know how to manipulate people. I'm just going to tell you what you need to hear so that you could be on my side. So he's thinking he's going to talk to the pastors and explain, hey, I want to be upstanding and be there for my son. And I want to make sure that I raise my son. And they're like, dude, you can still do that while being married to someone else. It is possible for you to show up. What he's not telling them is, I still like this other girl. Never stop loving this other girl. I don't like this lady I'm married to.
Yeah.
Never liked the lady I'm living with. So I am not leaving just for my son. This is just a catalyst to wake me up, and hopefully will wake her up to want to still be with me. That's what you need to tell them, because then they won't be so confused, because they were there like, this, you have a diamond, like, what are you doing? She'll be there for you, and telling all the good advice to somebody who would actually want to be married.
Bingo. That's what I said. I was like, what they're saying, for anyone else, I would agree, and it would be perfect events. But nah, bro, not for this one. That one, no. But for anybody else, it would have been great advice. Yes. But
because he's not telling them. And so all this, I'm just being honest, or his family's like, I raised my son to be honest. He's not honest. He just knows how to manipulate the truth. He will tell you stuff and it seems like he's being honest, but there's an underlying reason of everything that he's telling you.
Yep.
Everything. That's not honesty. That's just, let me figure out how I can get my way. And as soon as he realized nobody's going to bat for Chris,
nope,
so nobody's going to feel sorry for me.
Yep.
So y'all not going to say that, you know, there's nothing wrong with my decision. I don't want to talk about you no more.
Yep.
I'm over this. I'm going to
exactly.
be on my phone. He was so disrespectful. These are your friends.
That is all that I have written down. He started retreating just on his phone while they talking to him. And I'm like, there he go. Big baby again.
When.
He thought they were going to be on his side. And
what though?
Man, yeah.
How? He's delusional. He's delusional. Delusional.
So speaking of delusion, right? So next we have him calling Paige to set up this 3-way meeting between him, the ex-fiance, and Paige. And I'm like, really? So Paige is like, well, no, let me read my notes real quick. So he calls up the setup and he's like, he wants to clear the air. And, you know, it'll be cool that we all got together.
It'll be cool. Cool is the word that you use? Cool?
What?
Okay.
And Paige like, yeah, she's sitting at the outlet. So like, yeah, I'm busy. I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Which I think this is definitely all set up by the producers to have this, because I hope that she would be like, no, what the hell, I'm gonna go.
But see, I feel her because I'm Petty McGee. Let's go ahead and have this meeting. We gonna have this meeting.
Oh Lord.
I don't know if I would have it on camera, but you know, it's a show. But I would definitely have this meeting.
So some other podcasts and things I listen to regarding the show, a lot of people are saying a lot of this probably has to do with their contract, and that because they still have the obligation to an extent, and that the producers are probably, that's why they had the meeting. It was set up by the producers and they had to attend as part of their contract. I don't know. You can't
force me to meet with someone else. That's number one. I don't think you can force anybody. You can say, we still need to follow you. We still need to film you. But we've seen in the past, people don't do what they're supposed to do. You know, they just don't show up, or they're just like, I'm not doing that, or I got something else to do. You can't force me to meet with some side piece. Ever. So
side piece, they weren't together.
What?
I said she wasn't a side piece. Oh, who you were calling a side piece?
The pregnant lady. She's a side piece.
If they weren't together and it was before they got married.
No, but she's a side piece today. He's trying to get back with her.
Okay, got you. Okay, got you. Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like they're having a discussion. They're together and they're talking to her because they need to plan out how are they going to co-parent. It was the other way around. I'm now with this chick, but you're married to me. That's a different scenario instead of.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah. She comes in, I guess she agrees. They set up this whole thing, and her reasoning is, I've decided that I'm going to take my power back. So that's why I want to meet with them and to see where the baby mama's head is at. That's what her reasoning was. And I was like, okay. My reason would have been, I'm going to blow up your spot. All of it. So let's have this meeting.
That sounds about right for Lori. Yeah.
Oh, I've been there. Come on, let's have a meeting. Smiles and all. Now, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C through Z. All of it. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hello? No, come back.
So that was also my thinking, like, well, what if this don't turn out the way he thinks it's going to turn out? And they
never does.
And they both just turn on him. And then what? You're gonna be a bit baby again and pout throughout the whole thing.
As
So,
per usual. My thing is, I don't understand about this girl
and why
why she would decide to do this. Number
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
like I said last week, you don't know this girl. She could be crazy. She can come in there drunk. She can come in there slinging, and you're pregnant. So you gotta protect your throne, your body, and your baby. Don't show up to nothing and you don't have no frame of reference of what the situation is. You know, because who knows what he told her. He probably was like, oh, she's cool with it, blah, blah, blah. You know, no big deal. You know, Paige is all right. You know, was blue, woo, 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 woo. So, anywho, they come up in there dressed to the nines like they going out. Paige is looking regular, like, I'm just having a shirt.
I mean, I thought we were just having a little meeting, right?
Like, and she come in there and she was like, oh, y'all look jazzy. It's like, oh, yes.
Yeah, like they done planned it and coordinated their little outfits.
Right.
And everything.
I was like, what? Where are they going? They didn't even go out. They were like at the house. Like, where are you going dressed like this? So confused. Oh Lord.
So yeah, so they are conversing, and really it was the two women that were talking the whole time. Mm-hmm. It was just the ex-fiance, her name is Mercedes, Mercedes and Paige, and they were complimenting each other, you know, and they were just like, listen, yeah, this is the situation. I didn't know that Chris had gotten engaged or got not even engaged, got married until I told him that I was pregnant. And all the time, where's Chris? In the corner again.
I thought to myself, why is he so quiet? Chris, you're so quiet.
Yes.
Where are you? Hi. Chris. You set this meeting up. Why the heck you ain't talking? Nothing? Zero.
Nada. Just in the little corner. That's where he always is. We're in that little corner.
And that's honestly before Paige was even saying anything. He was quiet, like super, super, super quiet. I was like, so you gonna set up a meeting and then not say nothing? Just let it play out.
Just let them have their own little conversation. Yeah. Weird.
What are you clearing the air about?
And that's what I wrote down. This is a waste of time. Like, why? Again, why do you even need this? And then to be here and why? What was really the whole purpose? Like you said, you talking about to clear the air, and you're not even trying to facilitate this conversation. You just over there. So it is weird. Here you are, I'm just meeting the side piece, as you just said, and I've got to try to converse with her about you.
What? Yeah, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So I thought it was interesting when Paige was bringing up like, oh, you know, I thought I could be pregnant. And the lady was like, pregnant by who? Like, who else? Girl, what you talking about? Yo man. Right? That's who.
Oh man, like, but I'm not. That part out too. Yeah,
I'm not. All this extra moody music that they had going on. And so she's like, oh, like, that's interesting. I hated how she talked. I can't take it. But she's like, oh, he didn't tell me that. I mean, he told me you were intimate, but not intimate. Like, what does intimate mean?
Married. Like,
right. What are you talking about? See, me, I'd have been like, yeah, we've been raw dogging it since the day we met.
Because day. In your mind, you think they're probably have gotten back together, right? And they're trying to move forward. But surprise, surprise. The ex-fiance makes it clear she don't want him. She not trying to get back
out here chasing this tail. And this was all a ploy to get her back. And he didn't think, oh, wow, this is going to work out in my favor. So we kind of had a little something maybe that during the process, but he was already in the process. So he was just like, well, we're not back together yet. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this process. But I think all of this was just, I need to get back at this girl because I still love her. Still love her. Still chasing her. She is like, we haven't made that decision yet. Nah, bruh.
No.
And then his antics probably don't help the situation.
Right?
Because she was like, oh, you're always irritated.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing, Chris. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he just turned into this big baby. What was it? He kept talking about Paige. I don't remember what Paige said, but it wasn't nothing that should have tipped him off, but it's Chris. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to eat. I want dinner. He's kept repeating some
Yeah. He was like,
phrase.
it's Sunday. I'm going to go read my Bible. Sir, you don't even know what a Bible is. Stop playing. Stop it. Please.
Oh my gosh. He's the worst. He is the
The
worst.
worst.
He a punk.
The
He's
worst of
almost
the
every
worst.
word.
And I was watching Dr. Viviana today on another podcast series being interviewed. And she also says she feels like she was duped by Chris. And that goes back to him always manipulating people. I think he's a big manipulator. He just plays the part. He, like she said, he was sweet, he was nice, he was like confident but not arrogant. He played the part. And I think he's broke. He's still in love with this other person and he was trying to figure out how to get her back. And he is just not a great person, honestly. I just can't imagine you doing the things that you've done and then being mad because that person is getting more support than you. And then mad that you're playing games with her. How do you not know that you're playing games with her? Because that's why he was getting mad. Because it was like, you've been sending mixed signals. Like, do you want to be with me or do you not want to be with me? And you can't say that you're being truthful or you came into this process genuinely.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
yes,
then
yes.
It wasn't, but that's not the word
Good
she used.
intentions. She was saying she came in with good intentions, and he was like I didn't come with good intentions.
But you did not. And what they say, them old people say, a hit dog will holler. He's hollering right now because he knows why he signed up for this show. He knows why he went through this whole process. He knows why he slept with her. He knows everything that he did was not to get closer to Paige, was not to be true to the process. It was really just to get back at this girl who still don't want you.
Nope. Like, I'll have your baby, but I don't want you.
And then his whole affect is, I don't want another man raising my baby. Sir, you may not have that choice. I'm going to leave it right there.
There it is. There it is. So that's this week's episode.
Did you see anything in next week? I don't
it
remember.
Looks like he and Paige meet up again in one of the previews I saw.
Yeah, see, I could see stuff like that being an obligation. Y'all gotta have another meeting, blah blah blah. But you can't force me to meet the side chick. No.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. So we'll see what happens next week. I just be out of words because I just be like, this dude, this N-word, he just like the worst of the worst.
Didn't you say you see him on Instagram? Like, is he trying to defend himself now?
No. So last week, follow us on Instagram at the Coily Crowns, and our Instagram page follows Chris, and he had a quick IG live, and people were trying to ask him questions. He was bringing people on, but he didn't want to answer any of the questions that people had, which all were really related to the show. So he just would like, I don't know how that feature worked. Invite them in, and they'll be like the two people they're talking, and as soon as they ask a question, then he would just kind of like hang up on them or whatever the proper term is, because he didn't want to answer any questions. And one girl was on there, and she was like, "You don't want to answer no questions? I don't know what to ask. Like, what's your favorite color then?" Like, that's not the only question he may would answer, and he didn't even answer that. He turned her right off. He's just, it's this attention. It really is. All of this is about attention, good or bad. It's just attention or exposure, I guess, if you're trying to, that might be maybe the word that he would use. But that's all it is. So, hey Chris, if you're watching, like our
just turn it off. No, I don't need you to like our YouTube page. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I don't, as a person, I feel like he's disrespectful. Not just to Paige, but to others around him. I don't like those type of people. You can go to another one.
Agree. So, okay, well, that's this week's episode. Join us next week for our recap. So much more to go. So again, if you have not watched the show at all, just watch our past episodes of recaps, and you'll be caught up very, very soon. Before we leave, be sure to subscribe, like, and share our videos. And we want to say thank you to all our new subscribers. Yay! Thanks for following us, and we hope to be chatting with you soon in the comment section. So before we leave, like always, we want to remind you to do what?
Protect your throne.
See you next week. Bye.